Good morning, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Boring Crypto IO, a place where I read you the boring crypto news every morning, Monday through Friday, just so you don't have to. My name is not important. On to the news. SEC is wrongfully attempting to police crypto markets. Paradigm cancel. Brazil's Cbdc pilot contains code that can freeze or reduce funds. Dev claims. Can the devs do something? And last but not least, U.S. lawmakers allege CCP connection in calling for SEC DOJ investigation of Prometheum. No, that's not the CCP. That's us. Onto the market. Current market cap, guys, sitting right now at about 1.18 trillion. Current Bitcoin dominance 49.9%. ETH dominance 19%, and 17 Gwei will get you an ETH transaction. Fear and greed index 56. A little bit over neutral. Had a little bit of a pump and then a dump on Bitcoin yesterday evening, afternoonish, depending on where you're at. It did not hold. We're going to look at that shortly. But right now, again, kind of sideways. Not a lot going on in the market. Some green here, though. Solana 5.6. Matic 7.89. No, I'm not looking at wrap Bitcoin. There's no point. 4.49 on ICP. Damn, down to $4.06. And I might need to get my hands a little bit more ICP. That is a nice price point for ICP. Yeah, it's looking like about it. 4% on BitDAO. 4.48 on Render. 5.13 on Kava. And Compound is got a little bit of a mini pump going on. 10.57. 7.97 on Mina. Don't know what that is. Anybody want to let me know? Comments down below. That's it. All right, on to Bitcoin. Just like I said, Bitcoin 4 hours is what we're looking at. Per usual, guys, this is not a trading channel, nor am I a good trader. Don't pay attention to me. I have no idea what I'm doing. Outside of that, this is not financial advice, nor am I a financial advisor. This is all for entertainment purposes only. Trade crypto at your own risk. Do your own research. It is heavily volatile, and you could lose everything. So, like I was saying yesterday, we are having trouble getting above that 30,400 level, and we went down. We got a blood diamond on the 4 hour. We touched our higher trend level, and we bounced again and shot straight up, and it looked like we were going to keep going, but the reality is we just wicked, got rejected again at that $30,800 range or level, whatever I've told you since we got our first pump back here. If we don't get at least a daily close, I guess, in my opinion, or a couple daily closes now at this point above 30,800, this isn't going to stick. And I've been saying this for the last couple of weeks, and it hasn't happened. Weird. So anyways, we got rejected from around that 30,800 level, a little bit above it. We'll call it 30,850. 30,839. How about that? And shot straight back down. But the silver lining, and it isn't kind of a silver lining right now at this point in time, but I was telling you guys yesterday, before we got this pump, that if we can't get above 30,400 and hold, I see potential more downside. The only silver lining I'm seeing to this weird price action is that we are bouncing off or around this $30,400 level, hopefully turning this into support and then doing this up here and potentially breaking the upside. But again, be prepared for the price to move in either direction. If again we tank down below this 30,400 level and start ranging, be prepared for more downside. That's just the name of the game, guys, in my honest opinion. I try and do my best to not look for personal bias. You know, we all want to see the price go up. Just try and understand what the price may do and be prepared for it to go either direction. And that's all I'm looking at right now. If we break down below this 30,029.8 level, Be prepared for some heavy volatility to the downside. Very low volume note over here. Again, if we start pumping to the upside and we start holding and making candles, the levels I'm looking at are 31.795. We'll just caught 31.8 and 33. That's it. Nothing new. We are ranging to the T, and I know that we're getting these really weird swings and pumps, but this is sideways action. Yeah, that's it. Moving on to the news. SEC is wrongfully attempting to police crypto markets. Paradigm Council. Rodrigo Sierra has blasted the SEC for overstepping its jurisdiction in its case against crypto exchange Bittrex. Crypto investment firm Paradigm's special counsel Rodrigo Sierra, we're just going to say Sia, has slammed the United States security regulator for wrongfully pursuing crypto exchange Bittrex in an attempt to police secondary crypto markets. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's kind of obvious. In a July 11th Twitter thread, Syra, I am a moron, and I'm sorry, added his thoughts after an amicus brief filing from Paradigm, arguing that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission case against the U.S.-based crypto exchange Bittrex should be dismissed, and it relies upon an unreasonable use of the Howey test to make its claims. This guy is literally doing exactly verbatim what they've been doing with the XRP case and the Coinbase case. On July 7th, Paradigm filed an amicus brief claiming the financial regulator overstepped its jurisdiction. In this thread, Syra also pointed out that the SEC chair Gary Gensler had previously admitted that crypto exchanges did not have an adequate regulatory framework, making it clear, in his view, that the regulator lacks sufficient authority to regulate these secondary markets. Syra made similar arguments on July 7th Blogspot, noting the SEC lacks authority because crypto assets do not involve investment contracts. As a result, crypto assets do not fall under the agency's remit. Until the SEC engages in the rulemaking, Coinbase has requested the digital assets industry is stuck in limbo, simultaneously told to come in and register, yet having no effective means of doing so, he said. The SEC first filed a complaint against Bittrex on April 17th. Nearly 2 weeks later, on April 30th, the exchange surrendered its Florida money transmitter license before eventually filing for bankruptcy on May 8th. This also marks the second time that Paradigm has offered its support to a crypto organization facing legal action from the SEC. On May 11th, Paradigm petitioned to file an amicus brief in support of Coinbase, which claimed that the SEC had failed to provide clear rules or guidance for digital asset firms in the United States. Yeah, nothing new. This is, yeah, it's all the same stuff. Look, it's gotten to a point where we're all aware of how the SEC is working and handling this stuff, and it's kind of like, when is the breaking point going to happen? When are we going to go, okay, we got it? These guys are either it's going to go, okay, we got it, these guys suck at their jobs, and all of these cases are either A, going to get dropped or go into a quick settlement, or B, the opposite. And the SEC starts winning these cases and we start moving in a different direction. But at this point, it's so like in limbo and annoying to watch this continue to happen and nothing coming out of it. Like nothing, like whether good or bad, swinging one way or the other, like nothing's coming out of it. It is like stalemate. And it's been happening for what, the better part of 2 years? It's crazy. All right, moving on. Let me know what you think. Comments down below. Per usual, Brazil's Cbdc pilot contains code that can freeze or reduce funds, devs claim. This is why CBDCs, are the devil. And it's what they really want. Like, the reality is this is exactly what these governing bodies are trying to do. The fact that they can tap into your bank account, tap into your funds, and at any point in time go, sorry, we don't like what you're doing or what you said on Twitter or whatever, and we're going to completely shut down your money. Pedro, we're just going to say Pedro Mag, because I'm not trying to pronounce that, A blockchain developer who claims to have reverse engineered Brazil's pilot CBDC has found code that would allow accounts to be frozen or drained at will. Surprise, surprise, not so much. A blockchain developer who claims to have reverse engineered the source code of Brazil's pilot central bank digital currency CBDC has discovered functions in the code that would allow central authority to freeze funds or reduce balances. He has since argued, however, that there might be situations that such functions could be beneficial. Ugh, how? Maybe someone is stealing money, but outside of that, so everyone else is exposed to this nonsense. Anyway, on July 6th, the source code of the digital Brazilian real pilot project was posted on GitHub portal by Brazil's central bank. It was explained at the time that the pilot project is intended for use in a test environment and that the presented architecture may be subject to additional changes. I sure as shit hope so. Pedro Mag, a blockchain developer and founder of tech consulting firm Laura Labs, later that day claimed to have been able to reverse engineer the open source code of Banco Central do Brazil's digital real, revealing functions in the code. Oh, that was a tongue twister. The functions included freezing and unfreezing accounts, increasing and decreasing balances, moving currency from one address to another, and creating or burning digital real from a specific address. Mag told Cointelegraph that Brazil's central bank would probably maintain these functions for secured loans and other financial operations based on decentralized finance protocols. The problem Mag explained is that the code lacks specificity about the circumstances under which the tokens can be frozen, and above all, who holds the power to execute them. One thing is to agree with an operation and execute a DeFi operation that involves different blockchains. Another completely different thing is an institution having the ability to freeze the balance on its initiative, and that's precisely how they've developed the smart contracts. These aspects should always be exposed in the smart contracts publicly and discussed with the population, which hasn't been done yet, he added. Many in the cryptocurrency community have raised concerns that a CBDC has the potential to infringe on their financial freedom and encroach on their privacy. I completely concur. In a July 10th post, Mag said while Brazilians' concerns about a CBDC are understandable, it may offer some benefits. He explained that taxes would be more easily traceable. I'm not sure that's a benefit. Enabling the public to inspect which resource tax funds are allocated to, in addition to inspecting purchases made by the state on-chain, and strengthening transparency in parliamentary amendments. So I can't agree. I don't agree with this at all. Look, we all know that governments want to tax the shit out of us. That's just what they do. The only way they can get money, besides doing some weird back-end deals or lobbying or you get my point, is by taxing us. If you live in the United States, you've noticed that taxes keep continuing to go up, and they keep continuing to add taxes to the list. The fact that you are taxed on your income once you make it, taxed when you spend it, taxed if you give it to somebody, so on and so forth, is absolutely fucking insane. And the fact that we've allowed this to happen is tragic, to be entirely honest. So with that being said, if you have a CBDC and you get rid of traditional fiat, so no hand-to-hand transactions, right? No physical transactions. The government can literally see anytime you do anything with your money. So if I want to give my brother, family member, it doesn't matter, I just said brother because it's the quickest thing I think of, I don't know, $5,000 for whatever reason, it doesn't fucking matter. It's cash I have on hand and I just want to give it to him. The government could see that and be like, well, you gifted him over a certain allotment of money and we deserve a cut, which is a real fucking tax at this point in time. It's absolutely insane. There's no way to get around it. The fact that they're even taxing people for making transactions on peer-to-peer networks like Venmo, like Cash App now, for transactions over $600, dude, somebody shoot me in the face. And people are just letting it happen. They're welcoming it. It's terrifying. It's one of the main reasons why my lady and I are looking at getting the hell out of the United States. just leaving, man. I absolutely can't handle this shit anymore. Like I'm so over the fact that our government doesn't give a fuck about us. It's just the truth, guys. They're all rich. They're all making tons of fucking money, and they're gonna break you so they can continue to make all the money they want. Like literally, in the new Venmo, terms and conditions, I guess. There's literally statements about if I want to sell a couch. They literally use the couch as the example. If I have a couch that I want to get rid of and I sell it at a garage sale and I sell it on Venmo, the person buying it's going to get taxed. Or, well, no, wait. I'll get taxed, I think, because I made a... Yeah, my apologies. I'll get taxed because I made a profit. But I didn't make a profit because I bought it new. It was taxed, got sales tax when I bought the motherfucker new. It gets so crazy. I get taxed when I buy something. And then... and then the company who sold it to me gets taxed on the back end because they made a profit. Like, do you not see how disgusting this gets? So if I bought this couch brand new, I got taxed when I bought it, and then I've used it for God knows how long. It's a used couch. It's fucking nasty. It's whatever. I'm over it. I want to get rid of it, but it still has some form of value to me. So I sell it, and then I'm gonna get taxed again on something I already paid taxes on. And this is what they want. This is what a CBD. Look, the government was all against crypto, still is, but when they realized how they can track people with digital currencies and track transactions, they were all for it. All on board. Yeah, let's make that shit happen. Sorry, I think I've rambled enough, but if you don't see this, I don't see any positive in this. If you enjoy your freedom, if you enjoy being a person, and you want the fucking government out of your fucking shit, this shit should terrify you. So, moving on. In July of 2022, Fabio, we're just going to say Fabio R. I can't pronounce these last names, guys. I'm not going to try. An economist at the Brazilian Central Bank explained that the digital real has the potential to halt bank runs and looks to provide entrepreneurs with a more safe and reliable environment to innovate. I disagree. The fact that they can make statements like this, potential to halt bank runs. Fuck you. Your bank should have your money. Banks should be scared of bank runs. And because of that, should have your money on hand. This is absolutely insane to me. They paint this as if this is a good thing. In my opinion, it's not. The fact that you give your money to a fucking bank, they're allowed to go play with it, do whatever they want, make investments with it. And if you show up, if all of us show up and go, we want our money back, and they don't have it, they can halt the bank run? No. I can't get down with that at all. Sorry. Get your shit together. Stop making a ton of money off of our money and actually have reserves on hand. Halt a bank run. Get the fuck out of here. And look to provide entrepreneurs a more safe and reliable environment to innovate. Kick rocks. A digital real pilot is reportedly running on Hyperledger Basu, a privately operated Ethereum virtual machine, an EVM compatible blockchain. Because it isn't permissionless like the Bitcoin or Ethereum main nets, users will need the central bank's approval to become a node. MAG stated on July 7th. This is not good in my opinion. If you're in Brazil, I'm sorry. But this is going to happen worldwide. Brazil ain't going to be the only ones doing this. This is where we really need to start educating ourselves on what this shit is. Start talking to our Congress members, start talking to whoever's in office for us, and literally call these people and tell them, if you fucking go for this shit, I will not vote for you. That's all these people care about, is staying in office and making money. And I think in the United States, we've become very lax about who is in our local governing bodies, as opposed to just we look at the presidency and go, that's all we vote for. And they know it. These people know it. And they prey upon it. We really need to wake up and start contacting our officials on a local level and being like, look, if you're for this nonsense, I will not vote for you. You will be out of office, and I'll tell all my friends what kind of weird, shady shit you're about with these CBDCs, and they won't vote for you either. Just saying, man. Something to think about. All right, last but not least, U.S. lawmakers allege CCP connection in calling for SEC DOJ investigation of Prometheum. I disagree. I want an investigation of Prometheum. Fucking nonsense. All right, Republican members of Congress stepped up their allegations of Prometheum's ties to the Chinese Communist Party. Oh, maybe I read that wrong. I'm also an idiot. You guys know this. Claiming potentially false or misleading statements to the SEC. 6 members of the United States Congress have called on the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and Department of Justice to investigate Prometheum, claiming the firm has ties to the Chinese Communist Party. Yeah, I'm sorry. I read this headline wrong. I read it as the fact that they're asking for an investigation. The investigation is coming from the CCP. In July 10th, a letter, Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville, and 5 members of the House of Representatives alleged Prometheum co-CEO Aaron Kaplan may have provided false testimony at a June 13th hearing on regulatory clarity in the crypto space. The U.S. lawmakers claim Prometheum was connected to investors with ties to the Chinese Community Party. These people don't even. There's literally. They must be using AI to write their shit now. You guys are getting really bad at Cointelegraph. Chinese Community Party, Shanghai Waxing Blockchain, and Hashkey Digital Assets Group, according to Tommy Tuberville, and representatives of Kaplan's testimony before Congress suggested Prometheum had been developed independently of Wanexang and Hashkey, allegedly contradicting information the firm had provided in the SEC filings. The lawmakers called on SEC Chair Gary Gensler and Attorney General Merrick Garland to look into the matter. You really think Gary's going to look into it? Get the fuck out of here. Many lawmakers within the Republican Party, which include the six members who signed onto the July 10th letter, have often invoked concerns about affiliations with China-based entities or the country's government in considering regulation or laws on digital assets. Former Senator Pat Toomey and Minnesota Representative Tom Emmer, all these T's, both issued warnings on using China's digital yuan as the Beijing 22 Winter Olympics, or at the Beijing 22 Winter Olympics. Cointelegraph reached out to Aaron Kaplan for comment, but did not receive a response. Surprise, surprise, at the time publication. However, a June 23rd Wall Street Journal opt by Aaron Kaplan and co-CEO Benjamin Kaplan claimed Tuberville's concerns on Prometheum's alleged ties to China were without merit and relied on out-of-date information. We formally terminated all co-development work and strategic relationships with Wanzhang and its affiliates on October 21st, 2021, said the CEO or co-CEOs. Prometheum has severed all intellectual property and technology ties with Wanzhang, giving it and its affiliates no access to any information that could expose the U.S. I don't believe that, or its citizens to risk. Aaron Kaplan said the firm left the U.S.-based crypto advocacy group Chamber of Digital Commerce in early 2023. Yeah, guys, Prometheum shady. I'm not surprised, but it's kind of a nothing burger. All right, Bitcoin, one last time before we get out of here. Dude, like, we're literally just holding. Like I said, 30,400, man. Hopefully we can keep that as support. But that is all I've got for you guys today. I'm sorry for the ranting, but that's stuff I'm very passionate about. Per usual, if you enjoy the content I provide for you here every morning on Boring Crypto IO, please by all means subscribe to the channel. We are at 69 subscribers. Let's get this to 100 soon. Maybe even 70. Let's just get 70. Start there. One more person. Hit that subscribe button. Turn the bell for notifications so you know when I do post a video. Please watch the videos, like the videos, hit that thumbs up, and share the videos on all of your social platforms. Please, let's get the channel to grow. And I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Maybe not bright and early. I might be doing something. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out of here.